evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Blue Devil Fever. You'll remember that at this time last week, we saluted the Liberty Eagles for their fine performance at the Assembly Hall in Champaign. Well, we're at the Assembly Hall now. It's the day after the tournament is over, and the Quincy High Blue Devils have become only the 10th team in the 74-year history of the tournament to win it undefeated. We've been with them all season long, and for the next half hour, we're going to take a look at the Blue Devil individuals, the Blue Devil team, and their performance here at the Assembly Hall. The Blue Devils' action at state competition began Friday afternoon with the game against Antioch. WTAD Radio carried the game live. We had the game live on KHQA-TV Channel 7 as well. WTAD's Jeff Dorsey, our play-by-play.
Live from the Broadcast Center, this is Channel 7 Eyewitness News with Karen Stanek, weather with Marty Dimitri, markets with Ron Hendren, and sports with Chuck McPeters.
Good evening. Northeast Missouri police officers spent the day combing the area between Hannibal and New London for us.
With news from the Tri-States you can count on. This is KHQA-TV 7 Eyewitness News Tonight. With Carol Sowers, Richard Albin, meteorologist Alyssa Lynn, and sports director Rick Thurtle. People you can count on.
Good evening, I'm Carol Sowers.
And I'm Richard Albin, live at Quincy University, where we'll show you a group battling world hunger.
Also tonight, Sarah Diane continues her Operation Cash Crop report on marijuana in the Tri-States.
And coming up on Teenagers and Tough Decisions, Drug Abuse and Teens. First,
Q, digicart, roll one, take one.
Battle over road equipment in Melrose
Township
roll
3 or 2.
continues. Can a solution be found before winter comes calling?
Pittsfield City Park soon will be a
roll 3.
little brighter, thanks to a utility company. We'll
Roll
show you
it.
what it did.
Wide.
And sometimes it's hard to drop everything
Okay,
you're
we'll be off
doing
camera
to
2.
read. But some Hannibal students are
Stand by
finding
2.
a way to get it done.
Take 2, ready to roll
West Barry
beyond.
has your all-important weekend forecast. That and more next on the evening.
Roll
News.
it, dissolve, ready 4, sound full.
KHQA-TV 7. People you can
Stand by
count
4, ready deco.
The evening news starts
Roll 4, sound
He
full.
cannot amend my budget. I'm the one that has to amend
Ready
my
camera
budget.
2, take.
The controversy over road equipment in
Deco
Harris
out.
County's Melrose
Cyclone.
Township
Ready full screen
continues.
deco.
Now the question is, can it be solved before
Staying
winter
on the
arrives?
2-shot till the
Hi,
deco.
everyone. I'm Jody Davis.
And I'm Carol Sowers. Thanks for joining us.
The right place to care for your loved one at the end of life is difficult. Tonight, see the legacy of a Hannibal woman at a new hospice program there.
'Tis the season for giving, and Madonna House is getting a big, unexpected gift. Find out how a local woman's luck is making that happen.
But first, one of Quincy's big employers has new owners. Find out what company bought Harris Broadcast. KHQA at 6 starts now.
This is KHQA News at 6. It's your news now.
Thanks for joining us for KHQA News at 6. Harris Corporation is selling its broadcast operations.
The Gores Group, LLC, will buy the Quincy-based corporation for $225 million. Harris Broadcast Division was originally Gates Radio before it was...
This is KHQA News at 6, working for you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for KHQA News at 6. I'm Rasha Maples. We have breaking news out of Quincy, where we begin tonight with new information.
This is KHQA News at 6, working for you.
Well, we are lighting up the district in Quincy tonight. We'll take you to Washington Park for that right now on KHQA News at 6. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. The Avenue of Lights in Quincy might have gone dark, but the holidays still will be bright in one part of town.
This is KHQA News at 10. It's your news now.
Tonight on KHQA News at 10, community service could become a form of punishment for one local school district.
And we now have a better idea of what a woman could have looked like whose body ended up in the Mississippi River.
Tonight, in a KHQA exclusive report, a Quincy veterinarian is now under investigation by the state of Illinois. We'll show you what's next and how that affects Quincy City Hall.
There's a large push in the community to keep the jail downtown. Certainly this aids the county in their efforts to do that.
And the city votes to keep the jail downtown. Now the county will meet tomorrow to make its final decision. I'm Raina Harvey live in studio with that story straight ahead.
Finally broke out with some sunshine. The question is, will it last and how warm will it go? The answer next with your forecast.
This is KHQA News at 10, working for you.
Good evening, everyone. We have some breaking news to bring you out of Lorain, Illinois right now, where a 6-year-old boy has been found after being reported as missing.
But despite getting an invitation, President Donald Trump will not be involved, at least not yet. Plus, how soon could marijuana be found in schools to treat student health conditions? Why some states are taking the high road before the federal laws roll out.
Convert them into something that's really beautiful.
And turning rags into riches, how a local mother-daughter duo makes their business work. Plus, how active are you on Twitter? Well, it turns out if you don't use it, you may lose it. And if you missed out on Black Friday bargains, don't worry, you have another chance to score some deals, as today is Cyber Monday. Coming up, things you may want to know before you wrap up your purchases, as KHQA This Morning starts now.
This is KHQA This Morning, working for you.
Good morning and welcome to your Monday edition of KHQA This Morning. Chad Douglas has a very well-deserved day off.
He does. I'm just waiting for my day off. You guys have both been kind of in and out for the last couple of weeks, but we got a few days next week.
Yeah, you got a couple days coming. That's good for you. And we are, of course, I'm Melissa Shriver.
Good morning. I'm Tegan Orpet.
And we are looking at a forecast that's just rather chilly this morning.
Oh my goodness. If you didn't think it was, winter, this morning you do. And we're waking up to a little bit of some lights.
Melissa Shriver and weather with Tegan Orpet. KHQA This Morning, working for you.
517. Tonight, Quincy Public School business manager Joe Murphy announces he will now retire. His reasons in just minutes.
Record heat still across the nation's midsection, but this is February. When will it start to feel like February, and what about that chance of rain? We got the latest coming up.
I don't fight, I don't live.
A new meaning of life and hope will soon come to several health patients right here in the Tri-States. I'm Michael Pelarchi to explain how. Straight ahead.
This is KHQA News at 6, working for you.
Our top story tonight, Quincy Mayor Kyle Moore delivers his 4th State of the City address. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for KHQA News at 6. I'm Raja Maples.
And I'm David Amalotti. Tonight, Mayor Moore and other city leaders gathered at the Elks Lodge in Quincy. Moore discussed several key points, such as workforce
taken care of, but it all comes at a cost.
Tonight, mental health advocates hail a new Iowa law expanding critical services statewide as a victory, but how to fund them is the question.
You can choose to resign in disgrace, or you can redeem yourselves by starting today to save WIU.
A packed room and a heated crowd. See why people aren't too happy with WIU's Board of Trustees.
Plus, a thick layer of fog continues to hang over parts of the Tri-States, but don't worry, it's short-lived. I'll have that latest breakdown in my full weather forecast. KHQA News at 10 starts now.
This is KHQA News at 10, working for you.
What's very hard, what's so traumatizing in the manner in which it's conducted.
Heather, I'm sorry, but your time has expired.
I'm not going to yield the floor.
From around the Tri-States, this is KHQA This Morning.
The nation saw a wave of protests over the weekend. We take a look at some of those protests that took place right here in the and businesses begin to reopen in the state under phase 3. How are things shaping up locally? The steps and precautions that are being taken.
Live from the Tri-States, you're watching KHQA News, working for you.
And good morning to you. You're taking a live look into beautiful St. Louis. Look at that arch as we rise and shine. Good morning, everybody. I'm Heather Healy. Thank you for starting your Monday with us. It's June 1st. We're going to check in with Tegan Orpit this morning for a first look at the weather. And Tegan, good morning to you. How's the first day of June shaping up?
Well, good morning, Heather. The first day of June looking pretty nice. In fact, after a pretty pleasant weekend.
This is KHQA News at 5.
We want people to know that we're not going to stand for these injustices.
A tri-state resident travels to Ferguson, Missouri to join Voices for Change. Their message for the tri-states in minutes. And the path forward, what summer programs are picking up again as we battle COVID-19.
And speaking of summer, the summer will be on in the tri-states as heat, humidity build. Along with that, the possibility of some thunderstorms. We'll tell you about it in the forecast coming up.
From around the tri-states, this is KHQA News at 5.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Amber Robb. First tonight, it's been a week since George Floyd pleaded for his life as a Minneapolis police officer.
This is KHQA News at 6.
Outdoor recreational facilities across the tri-states are beginning to return to life.
The path forward, what you can expect from summer programs around the tri-states as COVID-19 restrictions are lifted. And a tri-state resident travels to Ferguson, Missouri to join Voices for Change. Their message for the tri-states.
And we're looking at the so-called ring of fire that's building across the nation's midsection, which means heat, humidity, certainly air conditioning weather, and along with that, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. We'll time it out in the forecast coming up.
From around the tri-states, this is KHQA News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Amber Robb. First,
this is KHQA News at 10.
She starts to just pound me in my face 7 or 8 times.
Healthcare workers under attack. The shocking truth about those trying to protect you from COVID-19 coming up on Spotlight on America. And as voters in Iowa and Missouri get ready to head to the polls, we're taking a look at some of the hotly contested races.
And like a light switch, we're going to be going from mid-spring to early summer as we head into the next several days with heat, humidity, and a chance of thunderstorms. We got the forecast in detail coming up.
From around the tri-states, this is KHQA News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Amber Robb. Voters in Missouri and Iowa prepare to head to the polls tomorrow.
6 a.m. Quincy area leaders searching for business owners and educators, seen as crucial to agricultural development in the tri-states. How you can nominate someone. Plus, the clock is ticking for TikTok as a federal appeals court is upholding the law banning TikTok in the U.S. What this could mean for users in Iowa. These stories and more, plus your tri-state trusted storm team forecast for Monday, December 9th, 2024.
The most trusted news from the tri-state starts now.
Well, good morning, tri-states. Great to have you join us this morning on this December 9th, 2024. My name is Jordan Barr, along with our weather team, Chief Meteorologist Matt Gunn. And we have a new face here on this television station, at least, Meteorologist Tegan Orpit. Good morning, Tegan. How you doing?
Yeah, good morning, and it is a good morning because it's nice outside.
Ooh, that's very good, yes.
Yeah, it is definitely pretty warm out there, a lot warmer than it was at some points last weekend, but those colder temperatures will be returning.
And later in the broadcast, the record singing superstar Taylor Swift has now broken.
The most trusted news from the tri-state starts now.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm John Garlock. Off the top at 5, the mild temps continuing for a little bit longer. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rich Kane now with our first forecast. Rich.
Well, John, at least we broke out with some sunshine today, and that did bring some warming.
Parents demanding answers after one tri-state student made a serious threat against another student. They don't agree with how that situation was handled. Plus, a familiar face chosen to be the new superintendent of an area school district will reveal when she's set to take the reins.
The most trusted news from the Tri-State starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us on this Friday. I'm John Garlock. Our new top story tonight at 6. After complaints of a threat a student made to another student at Griggsville Perry Community Schools, the family is wanting answers.
KHQA, working for you.